just before I go off on a massive epic speech, I need to make sure that we're good. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so yeah, it has been a while, mate. I know that we casted on our own stream the other week, but it has been a while since we've done anything VanillaTV wise because Pledge and Bite and everyone's stealing it from us. But there is a but. So tonight we have ETF2L Season 15 Blackout Premiership action with Crackland versus Vinland. Some fan favourites in the team as usual, Arcs, and well, it's gonna be quite an interesting game.
Yeah, it should be. I think out of the two teams, Crackland are probably the stronger, but Vinland, I don't think we've seen the best of them yet. So, I mean, they have good players on their team. Obviously, Rake's a brilliant scout. The infamous Darn, of course, running on Soldier. They've got some sort of big names in there, but I think their teamwork's just kind of coming into their own at the moment. So, hopefully, we'll see an ever improvement from them as the season goes on, and well, maybe in this game.
Okay, before we start, mate, right, Vinland Darn, how the hell do you pronounce that name? Are we going to say super?
We might just have to.
Super? Like Merlin's Merlin and
Sucker.
Admirable is Admiral?
I'm not sure. Sukpa.
So let's just talk about how these teams have gone out so far. I'm sure you can all read ETF2L Premiership tables, and Vinland probably the underdogs of the match tonight. As Ark said, still team play still needs to come into it. Played 4 maps, won 1, lost 3, and of course those 3 being against none other than Epsilon. And using a map against Skidmark Central as well. Crackland, on the other hand, 4 for 4, so played 4, won 4, coming over the top of Skidmark and revolutionise the meta game. So tonight's going to be Snakewater followed by Granary, I think. It is Granary, yeah. Just double checking as he flicks back to his ETF2L page. I'm not going to lie, I can't remember everything.
Yeah, it looks. I think it's Snakewater Granary.
So we are nearly ready to rock and roll. We have all the teams, 6 players for Crackland on the stream. Vinland just about to join. I forgot to give a shout out to Warden, by the way. So Warden is doing the hard job of giving you the damage, the overlays, the camera work, and he will also I think that is everything. But what we also have, yeah, exactly. What we also have is Crackland comms tonight. So there's that. Also, we have there's another we have Ips joining us for an interview afterwards. So I can put finally as to why he hates us on forum posts.
I just thought actually that demo man's name, is it just not going to be Supper, but he's tried to do a cute thing with the Q and like flip it around so it looks like a backwards P. Maybe he's Supper.
I don't know. Someone tell us on Source TV or something, because, well, again, we're not sort of psychics. We say it as we read it. Everyone knows that rule with us now, and we are nearly ready to go. Arcs. So quickly run through the lineups, Arcs, for us.
Right. Okay. So for Crackland, we are going to have 2 nuts on medic, Brego, Demoman, Ips, and TviQ as soldiers, TviQ and smzi as scouts, and Vinland we're going to have Jose as medic. Demoman is going to be Sukpa. Soldiers Darn and Salmon. Scouts Rake and Delzic.
Thank you. So, weakest link Crackland tonight. Come on, Arcs. 2 nuts, maybe.
Well, it's maybe
2 nuts over Admirable.
I don't really know. I haven't seen enough of 2 nuts playing.
Okay. What about? Okay, so come on then. Let's think. Darn versus TviQ.
Okay, Darn versus TviQ. I think Darn's sort of past his prime a little bit. I think TviQ's probably got that one.
Okay. So what about then TviQ versus none other than Rake?
Oh, that's a tough one. If you'd done it the other way around, I probably would have given 1 apiece here. But I think TviQ's probably got to get this one. Oh, Salmon got a nice little air shot in the pre-match. Hopefully you see more of those in the game.
So you're going with Rake, sorry mate?
No, I'm going with TviQ on that one, which
is
kind of going to annoy me, because if you put Rake up against what's his name? I've got a Rake up against
smzi.
That's it. I think Rake might just have that one. But then again, right, Rake is also an amazing sniper. I just thought I'd add that. If this comes down to some sniper play, which almost no doubt it will, because there's TviQ here and Rake here, then don't just instantly think that sniper of the season TviQ's going to take that battle, because Rake hit some absolutely crazy shots.
Personally, controversy coming here, I don't think TviQ is the best sniper versus sniper player.
No, I don't think you're right either. He's one of those.
He's very good at getting heavies, but versus a sniper, I don't think he's as good as some may have been in the past. My personal opinion.
Yeah, I think what makes a sort of a great sniper is not so much their ability to kill another sniper, because that's a few little mind games.
Correct.
And you double zooming and all of that kind of fake jazz. But it's how well they can really hit scouts and consistently headshot medics, and a scout comes running at them and they take them out. Now that's something I wasn't great at hitting the scouts, but hitting the medic myself I was pretty decent at, and also killing other snipers. But that doesn't really help your team out as much as if you can defend yourself and also kill their medics and headshot their jumping demo men and all of that. I think you're right on that, is what I was trying to say. In a very long
thank you, Arcs.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So come on then. Key points in the map, my friend. I know that we always do this for most of our viewers, and they've probably seen it before, but for some that haven't, maybe walk us through a quick overview of Snakewater whilst we wait for these players to still ready up.
Right, well, obviously Warden on the camera, hopefully he can keep up with me. Yes, we're going into the midpoint. No, I won't do a speed round. Right, we are, midpoint has that those raised 2 platforms with a couple of logs, making a little bridge in between. Basically, the team who tends to control that upper area and keep hold of it for more than a few seconds seems to win these mid-fights. Because if you can get up there and the enemy team's too weak to jump up, you can just rain spam down on them, and there's nowhere to actually hide from that apart from moving out of CP3. So I'd say in the midpoint, that is definitely the key area. Is just that upper ground, but obviously the little side kitchen areas also allow for, if one team pushes too far in front, then players often take refuge inside the kitchen areas and can come out and surprise you, get medic picks and things like that. So flying over towards CP2, we've it's quite an open capture point. I'd say teams are often favoured coming through that right side. I'd say it doesn't really benefit attackers or defenders. The defenders do have an option to fall back, and they have a slight height advantage, but usually the fights don't really take place here. They tend to take place more on the grass area and actually on the capture point. And if players are that far back, then they've probably fallen out trying to contest it anyway. Snipers are good on that position as well, I might add. It's very open. Snipers can, from the attacking side, can go up by the little window area and get shots over there. And obviously defensive snipers can go up on the sort of balcony area just below the drop down to defend from there. So then going on to the last CP, quite an open CP, many entrances to come through. It's usually just a spam fest, and the push is kind of over within a couple of seconds. It's not one of these granary last points where the fight can sometimes go on for 30 seconds. This is usually over around the time that the Ubers finish. Players who run in the spawn are pretty much out of the fight, and yeah, it's quite a fun last point. I think it definitely favours defenders, as it should. Just because, well, while there's a number of entrances to come through, the defenders can kind of cover all of them just by sitting right at the back and wait for them to come towards the capture point. So I think it, rightfully gives the advantage to the defending team. And yeah, that's my quick view on Snakewater.
Thank you, Ark. So while Ark's doing that, we did actually see Darn drop off the server. I believe that was because of the discussion they were having regarding FOV. I've just scrolled back up through the chat because I don't really pay much attention to the chat, I won't lie, during pre-match. But someone correct me if I'm wrong there. But yeah, we are waiting for him to rejoin. They did ask if they can use it. Crackland said no, which is well within their right, following the rules, and Darn disconnected.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't agree with the whole changing of beyond what the game by default allows. I don't know if the FOV that he's on about is a plugin or something, which allows you to go beyond what the game actually allows you to, which I believe is 90. And to be honest, I don't like that. I feel it kind of messes up the balance a bit. You've got, for example, a spy comes up. He might be sneaking to the side of you where you wouldn't see, but if you've got a higher FOV, you might just catch a quick view of him. And I think that if everybody had it, not just everyone has the plugin, but if it was a default in TF2, then it'd be fine. Because, well, that's just how it would work. But I don't feel that you should have external plugins that allow you some sort of advantage and basically alienate the competitive scene from the casual scene. The casual scene aren't going to have these FOV plugins and things, so you'd want them to at least feel like they're playing the same game.
Yeah, just waiting for Darn to rejoin. He is now just reopened TF2. I have him on my friends list, luckily, so he'll be inbound in just a moment, I guess. Yeah, I have a similar stance to Arx. No, surprise, surprise. To be honest with you, I've never really played around with FOV that much, and it doesn't concern me at all that all these FOV changes are now coming to force because, well, only ever used default.
Yeah, I think the thing is that I played Team Fortress Classic with 120 FOV.
Yeah, it was really high. And no limit.
Yeah, that was a fast game. I knew people who played it with 140, and you think you've also got Quake. Quake players often have a higher FOV, and it does make sense to have it in these fast-paced games. But in Team Fortress 2, I feel that when you've got a game that's based on strategy and kind of flanks, and especially when you've got the spy in play, I don't know if players should just be able to see that, be able to cover both entrances. I think that's part of the strategy. Not that I think it's the end of the world. I don't think, it's suddenly, oh my god, this is a game changer having a higher FOV. Because, I mean, I'd probably use the default myself, just because that's what I'm used to over the years, and I can see the advantage, but also it does make models in front of you a bit smaller. So you might find that they're a bit harder to hit or something along these lines. So I don't think it's sort of, oh my god, this is a super must-have advantage. I just think it's probably not needed in the game. Can we just leave it out?
Yeah, and well, the changes now means no choice. As Darn now rejoins CC, quoting they will default the game because of that 15 minutes past, I believe. I believe that rule still exists. Just whilst to remember, we are using some new overlays tonight as well, so there could be some slight changes you haven't seen before, slight things that need sorting out still, so bear that in mind. So I just heard one team go ready, finally.
Uh-oh.
We are nearly ready to go on Snakewater, and I know Warden has been waiting for a while. I'm going to go over to see if we're live on my damage stats. We are not live just yet, of course. 90 seconds ahead, Source TV. Not ready to go just yet. As again, my mouse keeps dying. So, does anyone want to buy my mouse? They're live on the server because I've just seen the scores update. So we'll be ready to rock and roll in a minute.
You've gone through one mouse in about 10 years, and I go through sort of 9 to 12 mice in about 2 years.
Yeah, you went through a stage of going through a mouse like every month.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just low sensitivity, aggressive. It wasn't even rage like smacking the mic down. It was just general playing.
So here we go then. This is the E2F2L Season 15 Premiership Division sponsored by Blackout Gaming. This is VanillaTV with Arx and Beta bringing you the commentary. Warden on the stream tonight. Crackland versus Vinland. Snakewater coming at you. Arx, run us to middle.
Well, as the teams just make their way into the midpoint now, Demoman of Brego arriving first into the point with Suckford just a little behind him. Not that it makes too much of a difference as the Demoman, well, actually, Suckford landing a nice little sticky onto Brego. Soldiers now jumping in. TviQ playing aggressive, gets nice shots over on the scout. One of the scouts very, very weak there. He overextended a little bit. He might get focused down, but no, he turns around and takes down delzic as well. Demoman's falling back for Vinland, and wow, aggressive play from the soldiers and scouts of TviQ, Ips, and TviQ there, just crushing the remaining 3 players on the team, and it's a complete wipe. No losses for Crackland, and, well, with Medic alive, this could be a roll in the first round.
Yeah, looking like it. I saw Brego come to mid there, uncontested all the way, as we now see CC coming through that lower entrance onto last. No one's called it so far. A little bit distract play coming top right. Full team up for Vinland. Rake coming on with a nice shot on team-up, but that's only a soldier down. That's not going to stop the rest of the Uber coming. Demo goes flying off the point. Crackland being held for just a moment. They may think about recycling here. Soldier still of Ips on the right-hand side. He's going to be uncontested as he walks into the point with the help of TviQ. And that is 1-0 in like 30 seconds, my friends. That doesn't get much faster than that. And top damage output, surprise, surprise, it was Brego. Did loads on that midpoint, uncontested.
Wow, I would have thought TviQ was right up there because getting, well, 9 points on the board. He got quite a lot of kills and, well, great flanks from him. But either way, we are on to round 2. Let's see if Vinland can respond to this at the moment as, well, aggressive soldier did jump just to try and get a bit of time on there. And TviQ just going in like he's immune to everything, invulnerable even. But that does mean that 2 Crackland scouts are down. However, there's only medic and soldier. Ooh. Sorry, only medic alive as 2nuts does get an Ubersaw over onto him as he was jumping aggressive. So medic tried to escape, but, well, got shut down by TviQ. Is jumping towards the second point at the moment. And, yep, as Beta said, complete wipe.
Yeah, complete wipe, all aggressive strat there from Vinland, not working out from the... Both got both scouts down, as Arx pointed out, but again, the damage dealers of Crackland, those two, the soldier and the demo man, they put loads of pressure onto Brego, got the full heals though, and that's why 2nuts was back in that corner to heal up the demo man, pulling out the Ubersaw, and we again watching them as they come through this lower entrance onto last. Spam now coming in from the Vinland team. Needs some more help there. Uber has been popped. Nice air shot onto Salmon there, finishing off the soldier. delzic trying to come round behind, takes care of T-Mac, but he's now being focused out by TviQ. This is going to be 2-0, and it's going to be 27 minutes remaining. Very fast start to Snakewater so far.
It is indeed. Vinland, I'd say they did something right on the midpoint. They were trying a more aggressive strat, realizing that the passive one that they did in the first round didn't really work for them. The question is, now that you've tried the passive and the aggressive strat, what's there left to do? Are they going to try and work out where some of their successes were in that round before? Well, we'll just have to see as now round 3 is underway. Soldier aggressively jumping, just trying to see who that was. It was Salmon, and he gets shut down by the scout. She Likes It Rough is also taken down. I might just add there, so 1 apiece at the moment, scout for soldier. In comes aggressive Ips, now over onto the medic, shotguns him down, and well, T-Mac flanked through the kitchen, also taking down his pocket soldier, so just the 2 scouts remaining, 1 scout remaining for Vinland now. Rake's going to surely have to fall out here. Scout of TviQ is chasing him, Rake did manage to pick up the health pack, and little 1v1 deathmatch, but Rake's surely going to lose this now with a fraction of health remaining, and TviQ pistol one-shotted him, and, well, mid-fight goes to Crackland again.
Third mid-fight, third win for Crackland. 4 players down for Vinland, almost a complete wipe again. Only Salmon and that demo man of, did we say super? Or what did you want to say?
I've just sucked
Crackland coming in that right side with that Uber ready to rock and roll. Uber will be popped early as well to prevent any potential sticky damage or sort of like losing that Uber. Soldier on the point of Darn, very weak, almost standing still, almost 4 players down for, 3 players down, 4 players down now. So anybody Darn left on the point who is standing still, that is a wipe, and that is 3-0. It is almost like Darn is not playing. Wow. Honestly.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, Ips there was just, he was absolutely amazing. Who needs a demo man when you've got a soldier like that playing for you? He just jumped in and basically annihilated everyone. Got a great rocket over onto the medic, shut him down as well. And yep, round 4. Beta, take us through the mid-fight.
Watching Crackland come through that back left entrance this time. TviQ straight onto the point. It goes free run almost onto the medic, turns around to face off against Scout, destroys delzic. Rake's there, finishes him off, but TviQ doing loads of damage. It's 4 players down for Vinland. Only the scout of Rake and super left, and well, Lutu, the medic, has fallen back out. It was, of course, Jose. It's Jose, the medic, who does, and the end, as I'm trying to pronounce his name, gets taken down. We could be looking at a 5-0 within 10 minutes here.
It very well could be. I mean, Snakewater is a fast map, and it is generally quite hard to come back from if you've lost the mid-fight. Vinland just, well, really need to win a mid. And I think that if they're getting completely out deathmatched by Crackland, as they are, they need to go with a full-on aggressive strategy and just try and get it over as quickly as possible. As Crackland move in towards this last point, they did Uber in, didn't do too much with the Uber. However, just the deathmatch now. Rake is on Sniper. It's not the class they need right now, as it's a deathmatch situation. Demoman's weak. Sniper sitting on the point on his own. TviQ with a triple kill with his pistol. And, well, it looks like Darn might have rage quit.
Yeah, I've just noticed that. So he's obviously dropped 5 players for Vinland on the server at the moment. Let's have a look at that damage again. Brego leading the way with T-Mac behind, and Super 420 just behind them as well. Follow T-Mac on to the point this time. Brego is obviously getting it early. As Salmon leaves as well, this could be a default incoming. As we see, T-Mac double jump. Demo goes flying. Misses the air shot. Rake's taken down in the end, and the demo gets destroyed. It's only 4 players for Vinland. I think they will have to call this GG unless they rejoin straight away, and Crack Clan already exchanging pleasantries. 3 players left, surely. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen this in a long time in Premiership. I don't think I've seen anyone like quit or anything.
I mean, I think it's a bit disrespectful, not just to your opponents leaving the game like this, but it's a disrespect to the fans of TF2 who've come in to watch these games being played. They want to watch their favourite teams. I mean, Darn's pretty much a TF2 celebrity. I mean, we had a little kid come up to us at I-46, and his mum said, "Who's your favourite player?" And he turned around and said, "Darn is." And I mean, at that point, you know, he's supposed to be a role model for these up-and-coming gamers, and leaving the game like that, I don't care what the reason is. It's just not on, in my opinion.
I'm hopeful of a second map. If not, we will get Ips in to give us the lowdown. We didn't even have time to unmute the Crack Clan comms. In fact, this could be a good time to unmute the Crack Clan comms.
Let's do it. Do it.
Hold on. I'll do it.
I got it.
You go. Do it.
Yes.
Come on, Crack Clan.
Okay, GG.
But what's that fourth thing? Is it only the server not allowing this?
Okay.
It's just TF2.
It's like a plugin you have to install on the server, I guess.
Okay, they're talking about FOB. Okay,
Yeah.
muted, they're talking about FOB. Right, so they did say GG. I'm hopeful that we will have a second map. Believe it or not, I actually gave up going to the pub for this tonight. I thought, no, I'll try and cast twice in 1 week. It's been a while. And, well, I'm sure Arx feels the same. I'm sure Pledge, and I think it's Yuki for Team Fortress TV tonight. So, yeah, I'm sure they feel the same as well. Okay, I will try my best. Let's get Ips on to speak to us. 1 minute. Here he is. Ips is here, so let me drag him in. And smzi's here, let me drag him in. 1 second, gentlemen. How are you both? I hope you're well. I think I need to unmute
It's
you.
in the wrong channel, I think, but hello, good evening.
Sorry, that was me. Okay. Hello, guys. Sorry, cheers for joining. Sorry, I had to unmute you at the same time, and well, when me and Arx both trying to do it, we end up muting you again.
Pretty much.
Classic, yeah.
So, guys, we start with Ips. We do alphabetical order. Sorry, smzi. Sorry. What on earth? What on earth happened? Come on. Destroying? Yes.
I'm really angry at the moment. I don't mind somebody like defaulting a game before and raging and being an idiot or whatever, but when we actually start a game and people are like, okay, I'm gonna have another good hour of TF2 and I'm gonna watch it now, I just get really angry if then people just fuck us over in the end. Sorry for that strong language. But like on one point with the stuff that we are doing for the last 6 months in TF2, we're trying to have a more professional approach to the game itself, and then these people are just forming Premiership teams and expect us to to allow them a higher field of view, even though it has to be on both sides or whatever. And and then they get angry. It's just really not social and really not cool, because
I mean,
in the end, it yeah.
I completely agree. I think that, yeah, sure. It's one thing asking if you can have, say, the higher field of view. I mean, I don't know. I assume it's some sort of client or server plugin that you need to enable. But to have this higher field of view, it's okay asking for it, but you don't kind of get upset if you're not allowed it. And I think that because he wasn't allowed to use it, that suddenly put him in a mentality where they had no chance of winning this game. If you've got players who are just like, well, I'm leaving then, like, you know, that's it.
And I feel like every last push that we did, I felt so bad for his teammates because he was standing there just shooting rockets. Like he was literally just
yeah,
like
we
a
saw
sentry gun.
we saw him, mate.
And I felt so bad for them. Like they're my opponents, but just imagine being in their positioning and having to deal with that guy that brought them in the team, and they're basically playing in his name, right? It's a Darn team, right? And then this guy's just such an idiot.
Yeah, I
there's nothing
agree.
more I can say. Like there's no good thing I can find about that whole scenario and about that whole game. It's a disgrace for European TF2. It's making everybody that plays it and that wants to make it look more professional look like an idiot, and it's just time to.
On top of that, it doesn't feel great for you guys. You don't feel like you've earned these points. I mean, what happens if you come and then win the season? You don't want to turn around and say, well, okay, well, that team, they basically just gave us these points.
Well,
it doesn't feel
wouldn't
great
have,
for you guys.
mattered that much. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't expect a close game.
But like,
Oh,
still,
yeah,
we
I
want to
agree.
play. Like, we want to play. It's like
Yeah.
we never take satisfaction in default way, especially not when they're happening like this, where already our blood was like hot. Are you saying the blood is hot or something? Like we're in the heat of the moment, we're
Heat of
already
the moment.
fighting.
Yeah, same thing.
Then
Yeah.
somebody's just like, oh nope, like we're leaving now. Half the team is leaving, and we're like, sitting on the server. You know us, like we're trolls. We can have fun on the server, and we're joking around. But at that moment, we were a bit like, fuck.
Also, just want to point out that we were not asking for a default win. They gave it to us. Like, it's not that we forced any rule on them to give us the points for free.
No, I completely. I'm not trying to discredit your win. I mean, I think most of the community would know. I mean, I tried to stay unbiased, but you would have won that game anyway.
Can we get
but
Tunas in, by the way? Sorry to
Huh?
interrupt. Can we get Tunas in? He's waiting down below. Maybe he has something.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking. I saw T-Mac join as well. Sorry.
T-Mac is just gone. T-Mac is
Yeah,
too shy.
he left again. I literally went to get him and he moved.
Nice, shy. He's not gonna do
Team
it.
has some
Sorry,
schoolwork to do
Tunas.
anyways.
Hello.
Hello, sorry, we
No,
got
it's fine.
distracted.
I don't
Okay.
have anything to say, I don't think.
Well, I guess Smzi, is there anything you want to add extra on top of it? From our point of view, yeah, it's a bit disappointing is probably the correct word, Arcs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially with the rule changes, we understand that some people aren't happy with the rule changes, but there are rule changes. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and I mean,
Shout out to Dansk.
I was playing with the open plugin when Valve didn't officially announce that it's not allowed, and afterwards, it took me like a week or so, really, of like focused work to get back to normal field of view of 90, right? But now I play on it because I know I can't expect my enemy to agree on the higher field of view rule when it's like when they have to accept it. So
Yeah, no,
what's
I
the point
agree.
of even what's the point of being angry and expect somebody else to accept this rule? There's no benefit for them. Like it's just it has no benefit for us other than our scouts are getting seen earlier when they're flanking. You know, like why would we agree to something like this? And
Yeah, it's pretty much what we said at the beginning, Arcs, wasn't it? We were talking about
Yeah.
spies and unnatural, basically. We were comparing it to TFC, actually.
I think the difference is with a game like TFC and Quake, it's that much more fast-paced that it's almost essential to have that kind of FOV in those games because people just fly past you at the speed of light, and I mean you'll have to
It
turn your
shouldn't
mouse
dominate
and-
your TF2 game though.
yeah,
Either way.
exactly. With a TF2 isn't that fast, and I feel that there's a lot of strategy, in-depth strategy, which involves scout flanks and spy plays that players should have to be aware of it rather than just change their FOV and be able to see all the entrances of say a capture point, and then flanks just aren't an option anymore. It becomes just a deathmatch game.
That's the reason why I used it. It was just because it is such an upgrade to, like,
Yeah.
let's say, a pocket soldier. It's an unnatural upgrade, and it's you abusing that plugin basically, or that field of view. And nobody, like, the meta around TF2 is not meant for 120 field of view or something. Like, you're not supposed to see the shit that you see with it. And people in the 2 or 3 years it took them to get to the top Premiership level have, like, they're not used to not being able to flank ETC, so you're basically just abusing that they're thrown into a new situation, and it's not cool. Like, I don't like it.
I mean, I
And
don't know
done.
about this plugin, but just one question: if you can change the field of view, could you, in theory, change the field of view of a sniper? Like, I mean when he's zoomed in, because if you zoomed it out a little
No.
bit, then suddenly it becomes,
I don't think so, no.
basically a cheat.
You used to be
you
able
can
to like
bind
wall
it.
hack with it, but they fixed that.
You can change it for the sniper as well. Like you can, for example, make FOF 10 bound to one key and like FOF 130 to another key. Like that was possible with the open plugin. It's not possible with the client anymore. So you could like zoom in like really
You could
close with like FOF
basically-
10.
I was sitting in choke, and when the enemy combo was in trash, I could just press 2 keys, and I could zoom in and see if they have crits or Reaper.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, exactly. You get little advantages like that, which for
Yeah.
some people who don't know about the plugin or don't want to install it, it's just a straight up advantage. And you're right, if you don't use it, then why would you allow it? It just doesn't. It's like back in the day when it used to allow kind of the equalizer. You had a lot of the Premiership teams who said, well, we just don't use it, so there's no reason why we're going to allow anyone else to use it, because we've mastered our rollouts. And you
I
had
don't get the
little
problem
arguments like that.
anyways. Like, Darn
That's
played
a
this game
video
for like...
how it used to be. It's fixed now though.
Yeah, and as I said, like, I really don't get the problem that
Thanks,
Darn
Tunox.
has. I mean, he played the game for like 5 or 6 years now, and this fourth thingy is in the game for like half a year now, so he really should be able to deal with it without crying on the server for 20 minutes, flaming in Finnish language, and you don't have to be a professional in the Finnish language to understand what he was saying to us, so
Yeah.
I really think she should calm down and maybe take a chill pill at some point.
Luckily, Tunox understands a bit.
Yeah, well, you don't have to understand V2, and
So
that
let's close
occurred
the
in every
podcast.
sentence.
We talked about it enough.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
shame, and I hope it's not happening. I don't know what's happening to this team now. I hope they don't fold and they change their behavior towards the other teams they have to play in the rest of this. That's the only thing that we can hope for.
Yep, I completely agree. I
Yeah,
think that a bit of maturity needs to come into play, and also realise that you guys are players at the top of our game, and you have fans. So it's disappointing to those. And if people do want TF2 to become more of a professional esport, then well, you certainly can't have actions like this not happening at the top level of TF2.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, let's leave it on some positive notes, I guess. So, Ips, you have done us with the honours. Firstly, do some shout-outs, my friend.
Shoutouts to Admirable and Chaplin for being so supportive behind the backs of our Crackland YouTube channel. Follow us on Crackland YouTube/Crackland.
Sure. Two Nuts, any shout-outs?
I guess to my main man smzi
Yo.
and Docs, I guess, and Directus and Talash.
And smzi, then go on.
Yeah, shoutouts to all the people I mentored. Also shout out to Vinland. Shame that we couldn't get a game going.
We
out
really
to
did
the
have
guy-
it going.
Shout out to the
well,
3 guys that stayed on the server till the
Yeah,
end.
that was
Yes,
like
yes.
really
Or
good
shout out
move.
to the
Like
whole
appreciate
team
it.
except Darn, because I mean, he made them drop their leave.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, gentlemen. We will have another discussion on Ips's forum posts at me and Arcs another time. But no, we won't speak about that now. But yeah, so later in the week we've got Epsilon versus Broder. I'm quite certain that neither of those teams will be quitting the server. So yeah, I hope not anyway, otherwise I will be extremely annoyed. But yeah, so cheers for joining in. Thanks to Warden for hanging around, doing all the hard work with the streaming and sitting on Mumble. Thanks to Airy for the damage as well, by the way, and sorting the relays, no doubt, as sort of helping with the overlays. I'm sure I'm missing people. Thanks to Airy for the news post. Who am I missing, Arcs?
Arcs.
Thanks to Arcs for turning up for once.
Cheers. My pleasure. Thanks, Peter,
yeah, okay.
for hosting
Right,
the
cheers.
show.
So, VanillaTV back on tomorrow, actually, with 1 second as he quickly flicks over to IRC, our very advanced way of scheduling matches, looking at IRC topics. We have
Broder.
No. Tomorrow is Wednesday, mate.
Oh yeah.
We are covering it.
Get your head in the game, Marks.
Yeah, I think we are covering it. So I think Bite City is going to do something. Maybe not. I'm gonna have to scroll back up. Anyway, just check the website. Okay, www.VanillaTV.org, VanillaTV.org, Twitter, Facebook, everything else. Cheers for joining in, and thank you to the Crackline team for joining in as well.
Bye, thanks.
GG's, yeah.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.